This is Between Hook Sets. I'm Jason Walter from In Through the Outdoors with my partner in slime, Kurt Underhill from the Fishing Crew.
What is going on, dude?
I've been whistling this Billy Squier ballad all day long called Nobody Knows. Look it up, listen to it. So here's the crazy thing about the whole deal. You know, Billy Squier's a rocker, right? You know Billy, you know Billy Squier, right? The Stroke, you know, all right. Everybody wants you, blah, blah, blah. So I'm flipping through and going through all these tunes, Billy Squier tunes last night, and I'm flipping and I stop on Nobody Knows. I'm like, wait, hold the phone, and I hit play and instantly went back to 1981. And I started listening, and I'm listening, and I'm like, okay, what's the story behind this? There's a cool story behind this song. So I went to double check it. So the song was written for John Lennon. Billy Squier wrote it for John Lennon. He was actually staring at John Lennon's house, thinking about the disconnect between being famous and then a private life, right? So on August 8th, 1980, they record Nobody Knows in the studio. They put it in the can. At 10:50 on December 8th, 1980, John Lennon was killed. So the song was done before John died. It was done for John, about John. And it's just so, you know, it's pretty spooky, you know, when you think about it, because it's a serious coincidence. So I just can't get that song out of my head. But right now, I'm wiping all that stuff out. It's all about walleye fishing. Uncle Lou, how do you do? It was a great Gov Cup. By the way, you can see my my volunteer award right there. It's kind of in the dark. I thought it would really kind of, you know, shine.
Like faintly make it out. You better put like a light on that or something.
So what I was going to do is put it on my fridge, but then it's behind me.
Yeah.
And then I was going to hang it on the wall, and it weighs like 42 pounds, right? It's solid steel.
I mean,
so anyway,
I kind of feel that if you don't like it, you could use it as a boat anchor.
Oh, no, I love it. No, I honestly, I mean, thank you, Uncle Lou. I was so overwhelmed, really, and because I'm like, whatever. I don't get awards. I don't, you know, that's not my thing. And all of a sudden there it was, and I was pretty proud instantly, right? I mean, that was pretty awesome. So thank you very much. I'm humbled by it, and I do appreciate it.
I mean, you know, people don't see you other than maybe on here, maybe at the morning show, but they have, you know, unless you walk inside the tournament trailer and all the screens and cameras you got running, and to control it and flip over. And I think we talked Sunday morning. You're like, you know, I finally figured out the timing, and 9 out of 10 times I could get the timing right. And, you know, and all the different things that it takes to produce what we went from, you know, not that many years ago, never having a live feed, never having a camera up, you know, never having a live leaderboard, to, okay, pop the cell phone up, put it on Facebook.
Right.
Right. Now you and Andrew are running around for hour and a half placing cameras, you know, and I love the fact that you're anal, you know.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah,
the tent was moving too much, so I gotta reposition it. You know, this was going on. I mean, and it's what I may say, well, it's good enough. You know, or others will say it's good enough. You want to take it to the next level, and the hours of work and research and stuff like that you do, not only for the tournaments but for the show. I mean, I can't thank you enough for, you know, going on 4 years of doing this show and coming hanging around with the crazy crew at the Fishing Crew at all the events.
Well, you know, here I am, a radio guy, right? I had no idea. I had no desire to do TV. Really, it's TV, right? You know, it's video, whatever. Tonight's program is brought to you by Schmuckers. It's there you can kind of see it. It's the new peanut butter flavored topping.
Oh, geez.
And I can pour it on a peanut butter and bologna sandwich. Steve, thank you. It is a ton of fun. Everyone gets better. All the tricks, all the things that we do, it's pretty crazy. Jody, thank you very much. And it's, I'm a behind the scenes guy anyway, so it works out really good for me. I really like it. Anyway, I'm happy that, and maybe we could talk a little bit more about the Gov Cup and some of the things that we do a little later on. We've actually got a guy that's out trying to make some money and win another tournament. And right. Yeah, Brady, there we go. See, that's the deal right there. How you doing?
We might have to have Ben go back out and come back in if he's there. Because you're black screen, Ben.
Yep, Ben, we can't see you. But, Bo, so you're out on Green Bay right now, out in the boat, doing a little pre-fishing. How's the things out there?
Yeah, I just rolled in, and I actually, for you who don't get to see the before, I caught a fish while we were talking right when I got on. So we're not skunked on the week quite yet. So
yeah, that was way to start that out right away. I like that.
We were trying to get the camera stuff set up, and he's like, I got to catch this fish, boys. There's a big one.
So, where in the world do you start? Let's start here. You win your second Gov Cup in a row. What's the feeling when you really realize that you've won that second consecutive tournament?
It's pretty surreal, like the Gov Cup's like the Mount Rushmore of South Dakota tournaments to win. So to have one, let alone two, is just unbelievable. And couldn't have a better partner to do it with. Me and Ben grew up together fishing and whatnot. It's it's just insane to think 5 years ago you're watching all the guys who are winning it. You're just like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome. And then be able to win one, let alone two. It's just unbelievable.
Now think about that, Ben. 5 years ago, well, you were 16 5 years ago. Bo, you would have been 14.
Yeah,
14. Yeah, right. So you guys were true kids, and here you are. You're in knee deep in it now, and then winning 2 times in a row. And honestly, Bo, it's been great to watch you fish with Jaden and with Luke and some of these other guys. But then to come back with Ben, and then have a commanding day one lead with I kept using the word astonishing 33.25 pound bag. Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was pretty unreal. Me and Ben are talking about it. That's like once in a lifetime kind of bag. And our pre-fish wasn't the best, so we were like, well, we're gonna need every ounce of the lead that we got, So we were pretty pumped to be blessed when we were, because it all worked out obviously, but we were a little nervous about it going into day two, but it ended up all working out. It's just unreal to be able to touch 30 pounds, let alone 33.
And that's something. So Ben, when you came in early, you sat and waited for quite a while because Kurt made you, because that's what they do, right? So did you know you had almost 25 pounds in the box, or what did you have a clue that you had that much weight? Did you think that you were going to be close to winning it, or did you think you had it in the bag?
Go ahead, Ben.
We felt pretty good about our lead. We knew we had some space or whatever, but we knew we weighed all our fish day two and knew we were right there with 24, 26 pounds. Yeah, we felt pretty good. Our slots day two made us feel really good and just got us to that 24 pound mark. And the lead from day one made us, we knew we had room. So we felt pretty good about it.
Let's go back to that day one bag a little bit. You had a 12.3 or whatever is your big fish. Did you weigh your other big fish?
No, it was kind of one of them ones where we were just happy to have a big one. Just kind of like rifle it, throw the tag on its mouth, and rifle it in the live well as hard as you can. So
that's the ultimate in confidence. It's just kind of crazy, because Kurt said that you kind of knew what the first one was, and you just put the second one in the box.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of talk. The reason I asked, there's a lot of talk of I don't think you can top that bag. I think that is the best bag you possibly could weigh on a slot fish tournament on Lake Oahe.
Yeah, me and Jay and Wendell were talking about it while we were both driving out here today, and we're like, you'd have to have 2 12.5s and some perfect slots to touch it. It's pretty crazy how that worked out. I think we're guessing the other one was around 11 pounds too. So I mean, just two beauties of overs and really good slots to back it up. I mean, like I said, it was kind of a once in a lifetime bag. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you could catch two 13s or whatever. We saw a 13.5 pounder coming on day 2, but I mean, that's a miracle bag. When you weighed 31 pounds in last year, I was jaw dropped, and then you could bring in 33 pounds. And it's funny because I talked to a guide from up the road, a West Prairie guide the Thursday prior to the Gov Cup, a week prior, and he's like, it's gonna be 65 pounds. It's going to be 65 pounds. And I'm like, doing the math. I'm like,
that's just so impossible.
I don't know how it's going to get to 65. Like, I'm sitting there like, okay, you have 2 11s and your slot's got to weigh 266. You can get there to get 32.5 pounds a day. And then you bring 33 pounds in day 1. And I'm like, well, we're going to see it.
Yeah, I honestly, the way it laid out day 1, I'm thinking day 2 is going to be good. I was expecting 27, maybe 28. I didn't expect you to come with 30 plus because that's pretty damn hard to beat. You did it last year. You had 30, 31 and a 30, right? And then to duplicate the whole big fish thing on the lower end. I get it up in a Casca, right? I get it on the north end. I get it up there. But the fact that there are so many big fish kind of all over in that system still kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, if the bite was good, the weights of the Gov Cup would be crazy. Just the bite's so tough. I mean, you're seeing plenty of 8 to 10 pound walleyes and whatnot. It's just there's so much bait down here on this end on the lower end of Hawaii that it's just unreal tough to get them to bite. Like, I mean, we casted at hundreds of big ones in pre-fish and only got a few bites. I mean, it's crazy how many you got to cast at usually to get one to go.
We do have a question. The guy says, congratulations, guys. 3-peat question mark. I mean, we're only 3 days post tournament, so
gonna try, obviously. I'm not gonna complain with what we got going right now. I can tell you that much. We're just happy to have 2 right now.
I'm guessing there's a ton of us out there going, well, there is a chance. It is possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tournament that, it's tough. I always tell people it's so tough the Gov Cup is something special. It's like no other tournament. Bo, you fished a bunch of tournaments and you're fishing all over the country. There's something special about the Gov Cup. It really, truly is. But it's really hard it's really easy. It's not hard to make the top 20. It's really hard to break the top 10. And it's really, really hard to crack the top 3.
Yeah, it's an absolute grinder of a tournament. And I mean, people see the 33 pounds or whatever the big bags, but it's like that's not describing the tournament at all. I mean, that was pretty unreal. We were really blessed to get those bites, but people don't see how tough Hawaii is right now, like for them big fish. That was just a blessed of a day, and we're gonna take it though. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. It's just everything when it falls your way, it's gonna fall your way. And in the past 2 years, it's kind of how it's been for me and Ben. I just can't do nothing wrong, and the big ones decide to play right with us. So yeah, it's still unreal.
Well, you make it look easy, that's for certain. 31, 30, 33, 24, we'll call it 25. It's still amazing. I mean, all 4 bags in 2 years.
So Pitlick says 33 pounds was a letdown from Montana. Montana. I mean, 62 pounds in Montana. I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk to you about that. That was holy crap.
Yeah, we just me and Luke only weighed 4 fish day one or whatever, and I just wasn't cast to get little ones till the last 30 minutes of the day. Not worried about catching a fish, and last 30 minutes of the day I couldn't get a bite to save my life. So day two, me and Luke were talking about it. We're like, well, we're only gonna cast at 30s and see what we can do, and we just everything. That was another one of them tournaments where just everything came together, one fish at a time. First fish of the day was a 32 3/4, and it just never slowed down from there. It was just an absolute phenomenal day fishing.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. When you were in 28th place after day one, I was a little nervous. I'm like, oh, crap. That's some ground to make up, right? And then you come out with a 6th place finish. That's pretty impressive.
So we got a comment here. That tournament's full of hammers. These two are just
Sure.
yeah,
that
actually, I want to read that to you. Great job, guys. So impressed what you young guys are doing. It is Brady. So Brady keeps chipping in. So I mean, this is more than Brady talks in his whole life, like right now. So Brady, you can chirp, but you can't get on here and talk like these guys. Number one, and number two, Ben, he is never allowed to touch trophies, rings, or anything ever again. Look, I watched you like he was holding your trophy. That thing was I'm like, Brady, you're buying the next one. Like this thing. So,
it's a memorable scratch. We'll put it that way.
I didn't even hear that part.
Just memories.
It's just a small one.
Forehead over there.
Build the character.
Yeah. So Ben, you turned 21. Could you have ever dreamed that would have been your 21st birthday present?
No. If you asked me after pre-fish how we were going to do, it wasn't looking good from my pre-fish. But it happened.
Doesn't matter. Pre-fish doesn't matter. It's fishing day one and day two that matter, and you made the right play, right?
Yeah. What were the big ones were.
So what's it like for you guys to have not all of your family, but all of your close family there? I mean, they're right there hanging with you the whole time, and then you win, and there they are. You got great support system from both families.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to be able to do it in front of your home crowd, obviously. And all my family's from Pierre and Oneida pretty much, so the whole family got to come out, and Ben's whole family came down from Beadle. I mean, I can speak for both of us. It's awesome to have everybody there and have some guys cheering you on.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of comments here. I don't want to lose them. So back in the day, 20 to 21 pounds put you in the runnings. 100%. I mean, I remember not many years ago of it just, that's what you had, right? That's 21 pounds would win you the Gov Cup. So I've been holding on to this comment for a little bit, but I see there's other comments on it. Matt says, has there been any talk of having the dates of the Gov Cup different so people could first brought North Dakota and South Dakota? Yes, Matt. I have, and I've asked them to move the dates. We are the oldest tournament in the country. We've been in the 3rd weekend of July for as long as I can remember. If North Dakota would move their dates, I would love it.
Right.
We are not moving the dates of the Gov Cup. And I've asked them to, and that just hasn't happened. And it would be great to fish Montana, South Dakota, and North Dakota, and then have a tournament that all the champions can go to or something. Hunter says, Gene, stand up and say hi.
Gears in the background.
Gear. Sorry, says Gear, stand up and say hi. Is he in the peanut gallery there, Ben? And
No, he's not. He's not behind me, but he's in the other room.
Yeah. Jacob says, keep it going on Encanto Bow. Ethan, yes, basically what I said. And yeah, we got some comments, and so Lily wants to enlighten us on what did Brady do.
I don't know what he did.
Brady,
I think he had one too many blue yummies with some.
Yeah, he had a few too many barley pops. So like,
he does that every day.
Chad Johnson wants to know: did the big fish come off of trees? Would like the story. So let's talk about your pre-fish and getting into a little bit of the how you figured them out, what you were doing, different area from last year, same area. Kind of walk through what you were doing.
So pretty much, my whole pre-fish, I just spent time looking for like singular trees. Ben's whole game plan was to find our slot fish, and he did an amazing job at that. We had freaking 10 slot spots. So Ben came in clutch there, and then I spent the whole week looking for the bigger ones. And we're mainly fishing like 30 to 40 foot, just like ledges or breaks or whatever, just wherever we could find numbers of big ones sitting. And we fished some singular trees, not like last year. It wasn't really a tree bite. The trees were getting a lot of pressure this year, so I just kind of stayed away from that stuff. But yeah, just like, I don't know how to describe it. Just like the fish were like halfway down over 40 to 50 feet, even in 30 feet, they'd be a little closer to the bottom, the shallower it got or whatnot. But yeah, just trying to only cast at, 28, 29 plus inches in the mornings and stuff. And then after that, you just kind of lower your standards a little bit, just so you don't have to make a decision. If you catch a 5-pounder day one, right away, I just try not to cast at them, just so you don't have to like, oh gosh, do we keep this fish or whatnot,
And so, yeah, you're targeting these fish and you're looking at them on your live scope, and you can tell. I watched you on the live on, up in Big Bay, Little Bay, and you're like, oh, that's a 23. I'm going to cast that. And it was like a 23 and a half.
Yeah.
So dialed in on that graph that you can tell the difference in them.
Yeah. I'm not like, I can't get them within like an inch usually, but I'm usually within an inch or two on them. But that's just looking at it for a million hours, if you've looked at a graph as much as I have, you'll get it. It's just a lot of time spent. You can't get them exact. Don't get me wrong. I can't tell a 23 and a quarter from a 23 and 3/4, but you could tell like mid-class range, 24 to 25, lower class range, like 22 to 23 inches, usually pretty close. And then like we call them your megas, like your 30s to 32s, when you see those on scope, you about crap yourself, so it's pretty easy to tell those.
Yeah.
Well, so on those monsters like that, you're seeing the tails, aren't you? On those big things when they're moving. Yeah.
So pike and carp have a really defined tail, and then walleyes, I call them like a wiffle ball bat is what they kind of look like. Their fronter end's like thicker, and then it just kind of nubs out. You can't quite see as much as a defined tail on walleyes. I don't know if it's scale or how their body returns or what it is, but like pike, and I guess I just seen a muskie before we hopped on this. You can really see their tails wagging or slithering ish, you can really see their bodies going like this through the water. And carp, they're a really hard return, so you can see their tail really good.
I think the walleye, just from painting walleye, they have a little bit more of a transparent tail fin. The bones, the structure of it is just a lot more petite, let's say, even though you've got that big size, they're just, all of those bones are just teeny tiny compared to a muskie or northern.
The density isn't there.
There you go. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Density. Thanks for making me look smart.
And for carp, you can really see their front pectoral fins. You can really see them flare up. And the only issues I've had with that is when we went to Wyoming, their walleyes had huge pectoral fins. So all the carp looked like walleyes, kind of. But pectoral fins are a really big tell on carp.
Yeah. So I'm going to answer a few more questions here. Dan wants to know the electronics came on and the bags went up. I don't know if it's necessarily electronics or how great the fishery is. Because there were guys pulling crankbaits that were bringing in bags that I know were not live scoping. The fishery is just that healthy, in my opinion.
Yeah, we were never catching 30 plus inches 5 years ago very frequently, and then you guys seen the sandbar bite out in front of a Casco, what it did. Like that kind of is what blew up the fishery, and that was all trolling. There was guys catching 15 to 18 pounders every day out on the sandbar pulling cranks. It's crazy what Hawaii has done over the past couple of years, and the size of fish it's putting out now.
Yeah. So Ben Brady wants to know, did I drop the trophy? I know I saw the ring hit the ground. I can tell you that. The ring did come up, hit the ground, and I picked it up and I said, absolutely not. Gerald wants to know if you got the new transducer yet. You did not for the cup.
They're in the mail. They should be here pretty soon. I got them both. We're gonna play around with them, and I'm really pumped for it.
Yeah, I can't wait to start hearing because a lot of guys ask, what would you do? What should I do? Whatever, and so I'm starting to liken the 42 to like a magnifying glass, and the 44 as binoculars, right? The 44s that looking out there a long way, and the 42 is giving you a better clarity, better idea what's going on below you.
Yep, you got that right on the money from how I've understood it. It's going to be like the HD, the 42 HD is going to be for like close range, really high definition. And then the 44, like you said, is going to be for longer range. And it's the 44 is just the 34 on steroids from what I've heard. And the 42 HD is on steroids, but it's meant for like closer distance.
I talked to a buddy from Garmin today who works for Garmin, and he was telling me that, the 42 HD is 60 yards and in is incredible. And then the 44, he goes, you can't outcast it. Like it's insane how far you can go. But he also said the really cool part and what people are going to miss out on, and I want to break it out now, is that you can still run the 34 with it. So it's on a different frequency.
Oh, really?
So the 44 doesn't, or the 44 doesn't necessarily have to replace your 34 because it's on a different frequency. So 34s are still going to be a tool you can use, and it won't interfere with it. The interference will be a lot less. So
yeah, that's actually good intel when you think about it, right? Because you're dealing with kilobytes versus megabytes, or kilohertz rather than megahertz. So
yeah,
now you've got me nerdy intrigued.
So Matt wants Beau to catch one on live. He did.
He did. Yep. Just before we started.
We want to talk to him a little bit, but we also want to talk to Ben. But if we put Beau on the front of that boat, we'll see the back of his feet and the rod bend or something. I mean, you can go cast that some. We'll talk to Ben a little bit, and
I'll bring you guys up if I see one.
Yeah, do that. All right, you get busy.
So Ben, fishing a long time. You come down, you fish a few tournaments here and there. You're guide every day out of a casca, but to be able to do this with, I'm guessing, a lifelong buddy. I mean, you guys have been buddies pretty much your whole life, correct?
Yeah, well, we met in high school, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep, ever since, I don't even know what grade we were in when we met, but yeah, we met in high school, and once we met, we pretty much hung out every day after that, and then Chad asked me to start working for him, so I started boat boying, and now I eventually got my own pontoon.
Yeah, so now you go out and you're doing these things. Beau's running around the country. You're actually making money for Beau. You have to work. I mean, not that you don't want to be out there and don't. It's not like you couldn't compete when you get out there, but you're back home making some cash right now. And is there any aspirations to go to the next level?
I mean, I'd like to, but I don't know. It takes a lot of money to go and do that stuff, but
yeah,
if you do good like Beau does.
I honestly though, I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, you know what? Ben's got the perfect gig going. He's working, he's making money, he's out fishing tournaments and winning them. When you're out there doing those, and so it just seems like it's kind of a perfect scenario. And of course, we each live our own lives, and we think that what you got going on is pretty awesome. And then when it comes to it, that life still gets on you. Life's still hard. Things are hard, and it's just not that easy to win a Gov Cup twice in a row either, right?
Yeah. We had some luck on our side there, for sure.
So you go out there and you put in the time. Like I said, Beau said you were on the slot program. When you guys get to an event like the Gov Cup, you both bring your boats for practice. is that kind of the game plan? Like, Bo, go hunt, you go find slots, or what? I mean, was that your game plan going into this one?
Yeah, that was pretty much our game plan. Obviously, when the bite was that tough, then I pretty much had the slots figured out after the first day, and whatever. And the bite was so tough, I started looking for big ones too, just trying to locate the active ones. But yeah, the slots were, I don't know, the first day I was down there, I had a pretty hard time getting away from the slots. It was just, I was having so much fun catching them.
So were you chucking jigs at them then? You were scoping the slots?
Yeah, yep, just suspended slots, and
I got one
like,
on, boys.
No kidding.
you got one?
Yeah, 1 second. He's eating the crawler.
Okay.
Oh, he spit it. Rotten. Go.
Oh no! Oh, go back and get it. Throw it back at it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben, tell us. So, what's the difference between chucking jigs at slots, those suspended fish, and then those big ones in the trees? What's the thought there? What's the process?
I don't know. The slots are dumb. They usually bite if they're suspended in the watercolors, right? They almost everyone you cast at, they give you a really good reaction, or they bite. A lot of them would pick the tail of the crawler up, drop it, and they'd come back for it even faster after they'd drop it.
So do you watch those? So those younger walleye, they're like kids on a playground, right? I mean, they're aggressive and stupid and whatever,
Yep.
and doing goofy things. Do you get to see some of those smaller ones, the 13s, the 14s, unless you're not throwing at those? But do you get to see them play around? I've watched a few of them. They literally play around like kids on a playground where they play with the bait, right? They grab it, they hold it, they swim around, they let it go, they come back after it, and it is literally like watching a kid on a playground.
Yeah, no, they dart around and stuff, and you can tell on the live scope when they're going to be a 13, 14 inch, right? We were casting at 19. We caught a lot of 20s that we just barely had to throw back, just barely over 20. But yeah, you can definitely tell what's a 19 and a 13,
So you guys basically casted at every fish in the Gov Cup. You were not pulling bottom bouncers or anything.
No, we never put anything in or never trolled or nothing. We casted the whole time. Day two, our slots were kind of, I don't know, they were kind of disappearing on us day one, and then day two the wind kind of blew and the slots were back in there, and we did throw the bouncer rods in for day two, but we never did end up putting them out.
So you chucking quarter ounce jigs at those slots, or are you a little bigger?
Oh, when depends on the wind, but yeah, a quarter if it's windy, but mainly we were throwing 1/8 and 3/16. 3/16 was about the heaviest we'd go.
No kidding.
So
that is tiny.
We got some more comments here. I've been holding up. So Basil wants to know: do you go for your slots or your first or your overs?
We went for our overs right away. Yep. We were pretty like the slots. They'd bite in the morning. They'd bite whenever. But we just decided to go for the big ones right away, and we were hoping they were fired up right away in the morning, and it worked out for us.
Yeah. So Scott Pitlick wants to know how much was the program was smelt based. Did you guys chase any smelt around in your program, or were you not worried about the smelt necessarily?
We weren't really worried. There's so much bait around it. Everywhere you go, it seems like there's bait, whether it's herring or smelt.
Yeah. I mean, in the gizzard shad, and the system is full of bait. It's just finding it, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of finding the bait. This one, Carrie just threw all Beau's socks and underwear he left at the house from high school.
Oh, I love how kids do that. That's just absolutely hilarious.
And
they got to fit in the morning.
This comment is back to when Beau had his fish on. But we did have another comment back up here. I want to back up too quick because we got into something else and I didn't want to interrupt our conversation if I can find the thing. Let's see here. So was it lower half deal or Cheyenne? Just curious. Were you, the question was, were you guys in the lower half of the lake or are you up by the Cheyenne?
Like the best spot I found for slots and pre-fish was up in the Cheyenne. Not very far in the Cheyenne, but like, for our big ones, we were, I don't know, 2 miles from the Cheyenne or so, 2-3 miles.
So, I don't think Bo fell in. I just think he set us under his net or something.
Yep, I think so. I think he didn't want us to see the secret spot until he catches whatever he's going to catch.
Ben, AFCO this coming up weekend. Are you fishing the AFCO throwdown?
Yeah, I'll be I'll be fishing, and I don't know how serious it's going to be, or how much fishing I'm going to do, but yeah, I'll definitely be out there.
Well, what is your prediction on? So, can you give us an explanation on the AFCO deal and how that tournament breaks out and what it's like?
Yeah, I don't even really know how it works. It's just all I know is you can go get that one lucky bite and win a pickup. Just the biggest walleye. But yeah, there's block periods. You can weigh in so often, like every 2 hours or whatever. But you can weigh over, like, if I don't even know how it works, to be honest. But there's all kinds of fun prizes and stuff, like 3-pounder. If you get right at 3-pounder, you can go away with that, and then I don't know what you win for it, but you win something. It's just a fun tournament. I just go out there and we all mess around.
So, Jason, do you got little more details on it?
I wish I did. I think based on last year, I think there were prizes for every half hour. I don't know if they're doing it the exact same way. And honestly, the reason that I haven't looked into it, because I don't want to know. I'm going to get in the boat. Kevin and I are going to get in the boat. We're going to go out there and fish.
So from what I understand is it's like every 2 hours you can weigh in. You can track it live on their app. It'll tell you what's been weighed in that 2-hour period. And obviously in South Dakota, once you boat your over, you're done. Once you decide you're weighing that over, you're done for the day on your overs. But you can chase the 3-pound fish. You can do all these different things. But you can watch the time and say you catch a 10-pounder, and the biggest one at the 9 o'clock weigh-in time is a 7-pounder. You go in, you could win that category. Then over the 2 days, if I'm correct, it's the biggest fish over 2 days wins the Ford Maverick from Beadle's Ford.
Yeah, whatever you just said right there, Kurt, sounds right.
I'm like, okay, we'll go with it. That sounds good.
100% correct, so don't hold me to those rules, but that's kind of what I remember. So, we do have a question. What was the secret jig in plastic?
Good question.
A jig and a crawler.
Jig and a crawler.
Were you throwing jig and crawlers at your big ones too?
No, we were throwing whatever the new jig wrap is, the JRX.
Okay. So that's what you were using predominantly.
Yep.
I'll show you guys that I got a couple in here.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Everybody was wondering if you fell in, Bo.
No, I had a cruiser running from me.
Okay.
That's the new.
Okay, so so the big eyes. That's part of the difference. What's the body shape's a little different too, right?
Yeah, the fins are built in. It's got a barrel swivel on the bottom, so it can just spin freely.
Oh.
Yeah, my line's
okay. I like that idea.
So when you were catching them, was it back hook, front hook, or the treble hook swiveling, or was it a combination?
Usually when they ate the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they were eating vertical, so usually it was in their throat when they ate. But the trick was getting them to eat.
That's what I heard from a lot of guys talking to him this week. Is like we casted at them, but we couldn't get them to bite. Like they wouldn't bite. So was it certain fish or certain cadence or boat positioning, or what was it for you that thinks you made you get those big bites?
It was a little bit of both. It's how you position your bait when it was coming down was really important, and your cadence was really important. We did have one fish that would have ate like a pink hot dog. We call them that, and they rocketed up. It actually hit it so hard, I set the hook into straight slack, It was so far in its throat though, it didn't matter. But when I set the hook, it was just slack because it hit it up so hard. But
Pink hot dog bite.
Hot dog, I love that. Oh, yeah, okay. So Jim Randash called me a little earlier today and was asking about the line, the 18-pound line. Go through the line setup, the braid to floral, and what you're doing there.
yeah, so this is my main line. It's Sunline All Might. I run 22-pound mainly, and everybody's like, "Whoa, 22-pound, that's super thick." But I don't know if you can see how thin this is on camera. I mean, there's nothing to it. So I run 22-pound All Might to FC Leader. It's called. It's another Sunline leader line, and I run like 12. Like when we're fishing for slots, I run 6 to 8, and when we're fishing for big ones, I run 8 to 12. So
Okay.
we tie an Alberto knot or whatever for line to line now, and then I just tie the old spin it 7 times and back through for the lure knot, the old fisherman's knot or whatever you call it. But this line, it actually, so instead of it's called a sinking braid, but I describe it more like it cuts the water, so there's not the huge bow in your line. Like when the fish is over here and you're casting from up here, you don't have this in it. It cuts the water better, so you're not getting down. Let's say you're not getting down twice as fast, but you might save a second or two, which is that many more fish you can cast at in a day. You know.
So what,
Okay, so Randash is going to be happy that you said you're still using that 10 to 12 pound because he was really questioning the heavier line. You know, and I know there are a lot of guys that do it. You use the heavier line with the finisher. That helps so it doesn't get caught on itself. The jig and wrap thing, I guess I started using 17-pound, and here again, I'm not a pro fisherman, and I'm really not that good, and I don't fish that much, but I find it works just a hell of a lot better for me, and I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's confidence with the bigger fish and those big catfish and stuff. I know that it's holding up, and I'm not going to snap a line because that's part of that's the scary part of it.
Yeah, there's and also when you're throwing crawlers, a little trick that not a lot of guys know is you throw a mono leader instead of a floral leader because mono floats in the water better. So your crawler, when you're shaking your crawler and the fish is right here, there's not so much drop in your bait. It stays up more vertical for you because mono it actually floats.
Yeah, okay. That's a great piece of advice, honestly, because I think a lot of us are just, we've heard so much about floral that we're just sticking with floral no matter what because we're trying to get down there. But the using the lighter line with the crawler, and you're using a lighter jig when you're doing that too, or you're not worried about the big 3/4, 5/8, 3/4, 1 ounce dropping it down. But this is your going after slots and stuff?
Yeah, so for crawlers, this is the jig we throw. It's the VMC Moon Eye Tungsten. It's actually probably the best crawler jig they make. I don't know if you guys can see those barbs right there, but you can slide the crawler on and you can go like this and pinch the head on it, and it never slides off. It'll tear down here before it slides off. So you can cast way farther with it. It's actually a really, really, really sweet jig for fishing a crawler.
So you're just using a piece, right? A half a crawler, not a whole crawler.
Nope, full crawler.
Full crawler. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
More action in the tail. So like, if they're sitting here and they grab onto it, all you gotta do is let them eat it an extra 10 to 15 seconds. If you keep your line somewhat tight, you can feel them choking up on the crawler, we call it. And you can feel them grab up and more and more and more. And that obviously good rods help there. But if you're running a really light rod, you can feel them keep grabbing up on the crawler, and then after they do that 3 or 4 times, they usually have it in their mouth.
Do you bother with stingers at all?
No, you get a lot less bites with stingers on crawlers. Typically, I've seen guys do it, but they just lose the action in the tail, So like,
right.
Ben's probably the best at it. He's really good at shaking a crawler, and that tail's just sitting there going like this at the end, and the fish is just following close, and when that tail is able to bounce more, I feel like you can get more to grab on.
So you're fishing even your slot suspended. You're not.
Yeah. So like you can send them to bottom too. A wahi is a weird. Me and Jade Wendell talked about it a bunch. We're not quite sure why they don't eat down on a wahi a lot. They eat vertical a lot. Like on peck, you could send them to bottom with a crawler or whatever, and they pick it up off bottom. But on a wahi, you usually got to fish the slots up. So you're just sitting there shaking a crawler in front of their face and getting that tail really to wag in front of their face. And sometimes they'll barely grab the tail, and you can see them swimming away with the jig hanging down here, and the fish is swimming away. It's pretty crazy, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. That's a great picture in my mind. I guess here's the deal. You've given me a little assistance for the AFCO this weekend, right? And just take it a little beyond the novice level.
I find that an interesting piece of information about fishing on vertical, because Target Walleye had a deal about Tom Wynn talking about he doesn't like fishing on vertical. He likes them on the bottom. And that's really interesting piece of information to keep it above them.
Everywhere we go, I always try to take them up first to just save a lot of time, because when you take them to bottom, usually it's a really slow process. So I mean, if they're gonna eat up, I'm not gonna make it harder, you know. But there's a lot of bites where usually you gotta send them to bottom. But Walleye, we caught all our slots vertical with a crawler. Yep.
Yeah,
So,
that makes a ton of sense, because I don't think I've had any action on anything going down. It's all going up.
Steve wants to know what spinning rod you're using.
This is probably the best crawler rod they make. If you guys are gonna get into it, it's a JT73 Mag Light. I mean, me and Jaden both throw these now. Absolutely like unbelievable rod for shaking a crawler. I even got Ben throwing them now, and I think he was giggling how nice his rod was all week. So I think he's pretty happy with it too.
So Ben, what's the difference in this JT rod than the one that you were using before?
It's probably one of the lightest rods I've ever ran. But it's got a really soft tip on it.
So we got Lucas wants to know when we're going to rename it the Beadle Beau Show. Well, if they keep winning, that's what we got to do here on this show. We've always done.
Right on. Well, I know we're going to have Sam on sometime, because she's got big news and things going on. So they eat up the OTH.
OTH, where's that?
They put I don't know, Trapper. Tell us what you mean.
Oh, yep.
Because since smelt schools are high,
are high.
Yeah. So I think he means eating up. So Bo can afford whole crawler.
I never used to throw crawlers. You guys give props to Jaden on that. I was a big artificial guy until about this year on Big Bay and stuff. I learned a lot about crawlers there, and I went and hopped in with Jaden on his home body water on Ashebule one night, and just go and fish a crawler bite. It helps a lot, just so next time you go there, you're confident. I mean, I used to be like leasing on. I was telling my buddies, none of them believe me. I've never caught a Sakakawea fish on a crawler, and Sakakawea is like known for catching them on crawlers. It's
right.
Like I just didn't know. They're like, how do you not know you catch them on crawlers all the time back home? I was like, never processed come across my head to throw a crawler at him, you know. I was like, I just throwing
funny.
jig wraps and finishers and big mooch minnows, you know. So I mean, that's just how I learned. I learned everything myself too. I had no idea that fish ate crawlers vertical, to be honest, but I've learned a lot this year.
Carter says, bring the lawn to the clubhouse and teach me how to scope. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, we've always, the live scope is so much fun because it's teaching us, like I said, that they eat vertical. They're not eating them like we're pulling bottom bouncers. I mean, it's so fun to once you take the time and learn it. And I had a guy buy one, never had one, and we were talking about it, and he's like, man, I'm a better bait. I pull bottom bouncers better watching it. I mean,
right.
You get guiding every day, and you're on your pontoons. Are you using live scope all day, every day when you're on your pontoons?
It definitely helps. I wouldn't say I'd see a pot and drive right at them. If I see a pot out deep, I'll drive right at them, with the bouncers. But I use the live scope a lot of times just to see if they're up shallow or out deeper.
Yeah. How about the thing that I like about it is you know how long that walleye is following your spinner, right? I mean, those walleye will sit there and just follow. It's like bite already, for God's sake, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, well,
it's kind of frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. Right, yeah, yeah.
The transom mount live scope for pulling bait is really, because like I can drive around at 14 mile an hour in my center console pontoon and find fish. I mean, it just saves you so much downtime instead of having to actually physically pull bouncers in a spot everywhere you go, because you know how 2D cones work. If you're up
Right.
shallow, the cone's only this wide in 7 foot, but if you're out deep, you're obviously going to mark the fish a little better. So in like 7 foot of water nowadays, it'd blow your mind how many fish split before get to the boat when you're scanning. So you're missing a lot of bites and you never knew it before, but now you can see them out there 50 feet before they split the boat. So there's a lot of really crucial things about it. It's not always about catching big fish. Sometimes it's about putting more fish in the boat.
So Trapper's comment was, I think we kind of figured out, I meant, do walleyes eat vertical due to smelt schools being higher in the water column, and they're usually eating going up?
Yeah, so like if you ever like fishing and you're just really watch like what fish are doing around bait, when walleyes feed, they kind of got to chase up, because when the bait ball spooks, it kind of blows upwards. And I feel like that's just like a chain reaction for them now. They're always like trying to eat vertical. And gizzard shad, somebody was telling me about it one time, how they swim and they like scare up too. So I think that's a big reason why like jig wraps and vertical baits, vertical action baits work better than most.
So we got our question, Camus next year, question mark?
Haven't decided on anything yet. Don't quite know what we're gonna be doing yet, so I'll have to get back to you on that.
We kind of answered this one already. You got live, yeah, it's in the mail.
Yep.
The guy Live Scope 2's in the mail. Ben, this one's for you. Is Brady really guiding up there, or just tailing hogs around?
Trailing hogs around. Chasing the big fish. Just keeping an eye on them.
Yeah, he's actually been doing quite a bit of guiding up here. Actually, a lot, like a really good amount. When I was down there for Gov's Cup, he took over. You know, he was up here guiding and stuff. You know, but yeah, no, this week I wouldn't say it's so much guiding.
So then, Dad wants to know what Garmin models you guys are using.
I run the 9217 up front right now for my front live scope, and then my dash mount's a 1242, just a GPS map, just a cheaper graph, but it's an absolute stud for what I use it for. I mean, they don't make a better graph for the price for a transom mount. You know, I'm seeing everything just like I want to be seeing it and stuff. So
Then, you know, I want to give a shout out to him again, but let's talk about your Monday pre-Gov Cup, how your first day of practice went.
So I don't know if you guys know Nate Netto over there at Clearview. He absolutely saved my whole pre-fish. He re-rigged my entire boat. Not re-rigged it, but re-rigged most of the boat, and just had some electrical issues, and we just ran a bunch of new wires and stuff, and I'm clueless when it comes to that kind of stuff. So you guys ever need anything done, go hit that guy up. He's an absolute animal, and he'll do about anything.
Did we lose him?
Maybe for a time he went away. All four of you went away on me, but
So when you left Sunday, I noticed, or when I saw you Sunday afternoon, I noticed your brakes were off the back of the boat. Did we get those fixed up?
fixed up, or are you done with them?
They're down. I don't know if you know what that means. So
yeah.
We got a question from Scott Carr here. He says, what's the worst tournament Bo has had this year? Dude's on fire. Kick butt at Glendo and my home lake.
I fished the Casino Cup, and we were going for 2 bites, and we only got one. So
that's right. That was a tough one. Other than that, I think it's 6th place, right?
Yeah, I think I took a 16th or a 22nd. I can't remember, something like that there. So I do get my butt kicked mostly in pre-fish, so that's the best part about it. I'll get the butt kickings out of the way in pre-fish hopefully all this year. So,
well, you can't win them all, right? And the way you guys are doing it, I think it's amazing. All of you younger guys are truly amazing, and the fact that you're fishing with Jaden Wendell's great, and you got another Jaden in your life. We almost forgot, Kurt. We almost forgot, but
hashtag the other Jaden.
The other Jaden. And I got to meet her on the 4th of July at the parade in Mobridge, and she's a heck of a gal. So you got a good one there.
Yeah, yeah.
Ben, this is for you. Jared wants to know, do you fish mini tournaments?
No, I've been jumping in a couple, but Nah, I usually I just stayed a guide, and I jumped in the Tom and Matt Hill with my dad and brother, but I just jumped in, and I didn't even know I was in it. My dad signed me up, and I was guiding all the way up until it, So I just went out and whatever, messed around.
Well, my guess is you get this chemistry with Beau, right? The two of you are a team for the Gov Cup, and it's maybe it's hard to do another tournament without him or without the two of you together. I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, Ben, you run your own boat daily. You're guiding. Beau obviously is running his own boat, guiding and out doing these tournaments. I mean, I always tell these guys when they come into a tournament, you need to find the captain and the co-angler almost, right? Even in a partner tournament. You get two captains in the boat, it doesn't necessarily work well. You can put two of the best fishermen together, and Beau, you could probably chime in on this when you jump in with Jaden on tournaments. Like, there is a chemistry that's got to happen in that boat. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So, like that, when you're fishing with two great fishermen or two fishermen who are very knowledgeable at it, you gotta kind of know your spot, and you gotta be humble. Like, first time I ever jumped with Jaden, I baited his crawler all day long, and I absolutely loved every second of it. I was, and then like he would catch all the crawler fish, and then I'd go out deep and do my thing, and that's kind of what me and Ben did. We were casting it. I caught both the big ones day one, and then he absolutely beat up the slots the rest of the day, and just because he's so good at shaking a crawler, and he was up front with me, made a couple casts day one, but we really didn't get to cast at that many. They started biting, and then like day two, I was like, I missed one or something, and like, Ben, flip it that one. He flipped at it, and he ended up catching our second over in the day. And just having like a chemistry like that, and being able to like read each other, knowing when your partner makes a bad cast and the right time to cast. And there's not a better guy at that than Ben, and he's really good at being there. Important. You don't want to be like racing each other trying to get down to the fish. You know what I mean? It's more about knowing when to throw and when not to throw, and me and Ben are really good at that together.
Obviously.
Well, and I got the video. And I should have uploaded it, but I forgot all about it, and it was a little graphic for maybe some of our viewers. When you smacked Ben so hard in the back, I thought he went to a different country. After that 12-pounder came in the boat, I could feel it watching the video. And then I didn't know if it was excitement or retaliation when he about choke slammed you through the windshield.
You can ask Jaden about the legendary back slap. If you get it, it's a big one.
It stings.
So, we got some more comments here. Near our hour mark. Watching Ben shotgun the beer on the show, epic. Yeah,
that was pretty good. Didn't spill an ounce, not a drop.
Jerry came in, did a lot of fishing seminar around our kitchen table when Beau finished height for 4 years. I bet there was. And then Jody said, Jason, really enjoy watching them measure fish in the bags coming in. Nice camera positioning, 100%.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks.
And then Dylan, are you boys casting over the shoulder, or is Ben on a shuttle?
We're side by side up front when we're fishing for big ones, and then like when we were fishing for slots, I kind of let Ben do his thing. I mean, I caught a handful of them, but Ben started off a little slow. He's struggling making the right cast, and your nephew was giving him a lot of hell in the back. And then day two, he decided he was mad at him, and I think he probably caught 30 fish day two. Just beat the bird.
I'm a day two kind of guy.
Day two, that's good. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
We're kind of losing Beau, which is all right. We're at that hour mark. We did ask Beau a couple weeks ago. We always got a question to ask. Now my trailer's beeping at me.
Oh, ask Ben the question fast then.
Hold on. You asked Ben the question. I'm gonna go correct this beep.
All right. Okay. So we've been asking everybody to give the Mount Rushmore of fishermen that you could fish with. If you could fish with anybody, alive or dead, who are your Mount Rushmore? So you got there's three, and you.
I'd probably go for Jaden Wendell. I really want to get in the boat with him. I want to go see how he fishes the weeds and stuff. And
I understand that.
I really want to go with him, and oh boy, I don't know, maybe Tyson out here on Hawaii.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense
what
too.
He does, but
yeah,
I don't
he's
even
unique.
know my third. Oh, I don't know. Oh,
It's hard, isn't it? I mean, it's not
Lockage.
easy. Isaac Lockage. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, there's so many to choose from, new or old, whatever it happens to be, and the good thing is there's no wrong answer. We're just kind of curious to see where everybody's head's at when you ask that question.
I can't hear you no more.
Oh, I went away.
Can you hear us?
Hello. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's just time to wrap it up. So, thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. We'll see you later. How about we just leave it at that? He's out. All right, Kurt. Are there
I can't hear him anymore. I don't know.
No, so we got him, but now we don't have the video. So let's just get it out of there and we'll wrap this thing up. Women, you know what? That's not a bad one.
I'm getting beeped at. They're losing signal. I think it was our cutoff time.
I believe
everybody watching and joining us every week, and look forward to next week and see who we bring on. And who knows if Bo wins NWT on, it might be the Bo show. I don't know. Could be. You just never know. I know we're rooting for him, no doubt. All right, everybody. Thank you much. Fly spray and all. Appreciate you, Chad. Thank you.